Hello, it is 5 a.m. in Washington, noon in Cairo. I'm Monita Rajpal.
And I'm Zain. Verjee. You are watching World One live from London. Also ahead,
we begin this hour with the unrest in Egypt, which is having a serious impact on the country's stock market, where trading was stopped for about an hour after the main index plunged 6.25%. Trading resumed about 15 minutes ago, and shares are still dropping. Outside on the streets, police and protest organizers are bracing themselves for more clashes. Neither side seems willing to back down after demonstrations against the government brought two major cities to a standstill Wednesday. First, it was Cairo. Now it's Suez, too. Police went in hard. So what about the man who is the target of so much of the protesters' anger? Hosni Mubarak has been president of Egypt for almost 30 years. He took office in 1981 after the assassination of Anwar Sadat. Since then, he's been re-elected 4 times, most recently in 2005. And he is expected to seek a 6th term when elections are held later this year. He is now 82 years old, and there are some reports his health is deteriorating. Many analysts say Mubarak's son Gamal is now the heir apparent to Egypt's president. The world's Muslim population is forecast to grow twice as fast as the rest of the world over the next 2 decades. That's one of the figures in a new study by the U.S. think tank, the Pew Forum on Religion and Public Life. If present trends continue, Muslims will make up more than a quarter of the world's population by 2030. Take a closer look at European attitudes to its Muslim population. German Chancellor Angela Merkel referred to the growing number of immigrants back in October when she said foreigners should assimilate to German culture because multiculturalism has failed. It's added fuel to what was already a fiery debate in Germany. In France, too, the Muslim community has triggered deep disagreements. The government has gone so far as to ban the burqa in public places. CNN's Jim Bitterman joins us now live from Paris with more on that. And Jim, as we were mentioning there, the country voted to ban the burqa there last year. Are the French likely to see these growing numbers as a threat?
I think that this report is going to be used by...
We have good years and bad years, but Tiger Woods won't be looking back on 2010 with any fondness at all. He's had a miserable 12 months, both off and on the golf course, but he'll be looking to turn things around when he starts the new season. Here's Alex Thomas, who joins us now with all the details.
Yeah, I think it was the Queen of England, wasn't it? It talked about her annus horribilis. I don't know whether Tiger Woods is into his Latin phrases, but he'd certainly use that to describe a miserable 2010, really. All started off the course with most of the tournament on one leg. So can Tiger get back to that form of old?
Well, you couldn't expect him to have a great year after the previous November.
We're all human.
We're all human, even Tiger, the king of golf. Well, but let's talk about the Aussie Open here.
Yeah,
how's that going?
Well, quick mention of the tennis, because sensational stuff down under in Melbourne. Roger Federer, it would be.
Wow. All right, Alex, thank you very much for that. And before you go, just a quick mention, as we've talked about the Australian Open, and huge win for China there.
I want you, Monita, to take a look at this piece of video. You know, it's the accident that every performer...
To mark International Holocaust Remembrance Day today, Google is launching a new effort to preserve the world's largest collection of Holocaust photos and documents. The internet search engine is working with Yad Vashem, the Holocaust Memorial and Museum in Israel. They're using optical character recognition technology, which makes it easier to search through all the archives. The technology will allow people around the world to share and compare information to help identify people in the museum's massive photo archive. 130,000 photographs, transport lists, visas, and testimony from survivors are already live on the website. That's yadvashem.org. Now, on this date in 1945, the Auschwitz concentration camp was liberated by Soviet troops, and more than 60 years later, one man is trying to keep that history alive. He's preserving violins, some that were played in the camps. Welcome back. This is World One, live from London.
We're coming up on 6 a.m. in New York, noon in Berlin, 8 p.m. in Tokyo. Our top stories now. You're watching World One live from London. I'm Zain Verjee.
And I'm Monita Rajpal. We do thank you for joining us, and we want to give you another look at the Capitol Hill.
Yeah, it's just starting to get light. There's been a night of heavy snowfall.